Welcome to AJ Akshar Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss electric charges and fields in this Coulomb's law. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please share your valuable comments in the comment section. Okay, let us go to the today's session. First one, electrostatic force. Forces are classified as contact forces and non-contact forces. So, frictional forces, normal reaction, tensional forces, gravitational force, magnetic force. Now, electrostatic force. Here, this is the positive particle and it is the negative particle. Electrostatic force is a non-contact force. French scientist named Charles Augustin de Coulomb gave a law on these non-contact forces which was called as Coulomb's law of force. Coulomb's law of force, let us discuss. It states that the force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point charges at rest is directly proportional to the product of magnitudes of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them acts along the line of the joining of two charges. See here, this is the statement of Coulomb's law of force. It states that force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point electric charges at rest is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Here we are taking the 2-point charges, one is Q1 and other is Q2, which is at a distance of r. First, force. As per the statement here, the force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point electric charges at rest is directly proportional to product of magnitude of the charges. Here charges are Q1 and Q2, product Q1, Q2. So, F is directly proportional to Q1 and Q2. Next, and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. These two are separated a distance r. So, this force is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So, F is proportional to 1 by r square. So, with these two equations, we can written as F is proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square. So, if you remove the proportionality, you put a constant. So, that is F is equals to K Q1 Q2 by R square, where K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Now, F is equals to, in the place of K, substituting 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So, then F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. This is Coulomb's law of force, F expression for F. Here, epsilon naught is the permittivity of air or free space. So, epsilon naught is equals to, we get it as 1 by F 4 pi Q1 Q2 by R square. The value of epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 to the power of minus 12. Units of epsilon naught is Coulomb square by Newton meter square. So, value of epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 to the power of minus 12 Coulomb square by Newton meter square. Value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equals to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square by Coulomb square. We know that force requires magnitude as well as direction. So force is a vector quantity. So vector form of Coulomb's law of force. Now I will discuss vector form of Coulomb's law of force. This is a point charge Q1 and another point charge Q2. These two are separated by a distance R, and for on point Q1 force F12. So F12 bar is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R cube into R21 bar. So another force F21 bar. So F21 bar is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R cube into R12 bar. Okay. Next, this is the directions, and R12 bar is equals to minus R21 bar, opposite direction. So F21 is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R cube minus R21 bar, 1 by minus, so F21 bar is equals to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R cube R21 bar. This is already we know that one F12 bar. So F21 bar is equals to minus F12 bar. Magnitude of force is given as F21 is equals to F12. So that is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Now I'll discuss MCQs. Coulomb's force is true only for dash charges, moving charges and static charges, and both A and B, and none of these. So Coulomb's force is true only for static charges. Okay. The force of attraction or repulsion between two stationary point charges is dash to the product of their charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Inversely proportional, equal, directly proportional, and is greater than. See here, force of attraction or repulsion between two stationary point charges is directly proportional to the product of their charges. Third option is correct. The condition that should satisfy for Coulomb's law is it is only true for static charges, and it acts along the line joining the two charges considered to be point charges, and it is true for moving charges and both A and B. So the condition that should satisfy for Coulomb's law is both A and B. So first one is it is only true for static charges, and it acts along the line joining the two charges considered to be point charges. So both A and B conditions should satisfy for Coulomb's law. Okay. Thanks for watching this video.